This morning, let there be lights for a condo in Palm Beach County suffering for a 2-week-long power outage. Next, you'll see how it's only because of actions of people in our community that their lights and AC are back on this morning.
Plus, the highest organization of lawyers licensed by the state Supreme Court launches an investigation into an assistant public defender in the Parkland school shooting case. What she did in the courtroom during the trial that has some parents outraged.
And we are 4 days away from Election Day and from finding out whether Democrats will keep control on Capitol Hill or if a red wave will wash over Washington. We'll take a look at how candidates are making one last push.
It's a new day. This is CBS 12 News This Morning.
Good morning to you. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Sam Kerrigan. We have made it to Friday, and it's a really nice start out there this morning. Let's get over to meteorologist Lauren Oleski to look at the weather.
It really is. You'll feel it when you head out the door. Low humidity outside. It feels great. Winds are out of the northeast. A few little showers are coming onshore. It's 5 degrees cooler in Jupiter right now than it was 24 hours ago. We've got a 9-degree temperature drop in Boca, where it's currently 72 degrees, 70 in Port St. Lucie. Indiantown is at 66, 63 right now in Belle Glade. Overall, a very nice start to our day. Low-level moisture could still push on shore because winds are coming in out of the northeast off of the water, but I expect the majority of us to stay nice and dry today. It's also going to be a little breezy out there. Here's 12:15. Winds out of the northeast sustain near 15 miles per hour, likely with some higher gusts. We'll get even windier tomorrow. We could see our winds closer to 20 miles per hour for your Saturday. Matt and Sam?
Lauren, thank you. 6:02 now, on-time traffic. We are looking at the drive in Fort Pierce, all green out there. That is the good news this morning. We are not tracking any issues on I-95 or the Turnpike.
Well, this morning, joy and relief for some families as power is mostly back on at the Lakeview Gardens condominiums in Green Acres.
That is the good news. They went without power and air conditioning in these warm temperatures for 2 weeks, and they couldn't use basic necessities like a stove or fridge without a generator.
Can you imagine? 2 weeks. And so thanks to people from our very own community who saw our story, stepped in, and these families were able to get some much needed help.
CBS 12's Kara Duffy is live from Green Acres following the story we first brought to you.
So Kara, what did it take to get these lights back on?
Well, Matt, Sam, after 2 weeks of no power for residents here in the 600 building, which is right behind us here, it truly was a team effort in the fight to get answers and to get their power restored. Now, after our story first aired on CBS 12 News earlier this week, city officials called the American Red Cross to see what they could do to help, as residents told us they weren't getting any help from the management company or the Homeowners Association. Then a Lake Worth Beach electrician, Raphael Simon, showed up. He took it upon himself to temporarily fix the broken electric panel free of charge.
I saw the kids, and that's what really, drove me to step forward and do what I can do.
I'm really thankful that, finally after 2 weeks, somebody, care about us.
Now, the electrician says that this is only a temporary fix until the HOA can afford to replace the whole panel, which they said was damaged in a fire a few weeks ago. In the meantime, city managers tell CBS 12 News there will be, the HOA president, will be given a notice to appear in city court for violating maintenance codes, adding that he should have reached out to an electrician or filed a claim with an insurance company. And Matt, Sam, there are still 2 units that are without power this morning, but thanks to another local nonprofit here in town, they were able to place those 2 families in a nearby hotel until they can fix the problem here. They worked with city officials to make all of this possible.
It's great to hear, Kara. All right, thank you. This morning, we're also following new developments from the Parkland school shooting case. Florida Bar is investigating one of the assistant public defenders who represented the school shooter.
This comes just after a 2-day hearing where the family members unleashed their anger towards the shooter and the defense team.
One of the most disgusting and unprofessional actions that occurred in this courtroom was the defense team holding, touching, and giggling with this cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah, several of the Parkland parents used their victim impact statements to criticize the conduct of the defense team. And CBS 12's Danielle DeRoss is here with us from the live desk to show some of the images these parents are upset about and what happens next in this investigation.
Matt and Sam, these parents were outraged by a moment that was caught on camera a few months ago. Take a look. This is from a live camera feed in the courtroom, and it shows one of the public defenders apparently raising her middle finger and then laughing with the school shooter, Nicholas Cruz. The victims' families were disgusted when they saw this and the defense of the shooter in general throughout the trial. So many of them used their victim impact statements to rebuke the attorneys. And now that we've learned that the Florida Bar is investigating that public defender, Tamara Curtis, but they have not disclosed why they are investigating her. Tensions between the defense and the judge were high throughout the trial, but they got especially heated this week when one of the attorneys objected to the content of the parents' victim impact statements. Take a listen.
When these people have sat in this courtroom and watched this behavior from that table, and they want to say that they're not happy about it, what is the problem?
I can assure you that if they were talking about your children, you would definitely notice.
You need to sit down right now. You're out of line.
The judge admonished the entire defense team, and she sent this particular lawyer that you see here to the back of the courtroom, and now she is the subject of a different complaint. The Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers sent the letter that you see here to the chief judge, complaining that she displayed inappropriate disdain for the defense team, which was simply doing its job. They are urging the chief justice to do whatever necessary to make sure she does not, quote, prejudice any other criminal cases. It's not clear what action, if any, the chief judge will take against this one, Judge Elizabeth Schur. Matt and Sam.
Danielle, thank you. 6:06 is the time now. This morning, the parents of Gabby Petito are demanding accountability. They are asking for $50 million from the Moab City Police in Utah in a wrongful death lawsuit. Petito was reported missing and later found dead weeks after she went on a road trip with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. Her parents say officers were negligent in this encounter with the couple during that road trip. The lawsuit claims they improperly determined Petito was the primary aggressor and misapplied Utah's domestic abuse laws. The city of Moab issued a statement denying responsibility for her murder, saying our officers acted with kindness, respect, and empathy toward Miss Petito, and that no one could have predicted the tragedy that would occur weeks later and hundreds of miles away. Laundrie's body was later found in a nature preserve in Florida near a notebook in which he admitted to killing Petito.
Well, 6:07, and we are just 4 days away from finding out who will have control of Congress. Right now, the chamber is 50-50 in the Senate, and the top Senate races are as close as they can get. Republicans need to pick up one seat to take control. It's really getting down to these 5 key battleground states: Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. Right now, both President Biden and former President Donald Trump are making their final campaign appearances with just days to go until the big day. Now, President Biden made a stop in New Mexico after his visit to Florida this week, where he told voters that democracy is on the ballot. He also joined Governor Michelle Grisham, who's in a battle for re-election. Recent polling shows she's just 2 points ahead of her Republican challenger. On the other hand, former President Trump held a rally in Iowa last night, saying voters must keep Republicans in power to prevent Democrats from damaging the country any further. Tomorrow, he'll make a stop in Pennsylvania ahead of his rally in Miami. He's holding a Get Out the Vote rally for Senator Marco Rubio at the Miami-Dade County Fair and Exposition Fairgrounds at Tamiami Park. Among other names on the 13 guest list include Senator Rick Scott and Representative Matt Gaetz. We know Governor DeSantis is not on that list.
And here in Florida, both Governor DeSantis and his challenger, Charlie Crist, were on the road in Central Florida for last-minute campaign pushes to get voters to the polls. The governor spoke to supporters at the Republican Party of Florida event in Osceola County. He touched on inflation, a topic that is top of mind for many voters, blaming the Biden administration for the worst numbers in 4 decades.
Things have been very tough because of their policies. And when you're in a situation like that, the last thing you want to be doing is doing things like reducing our ability to produce energy, which he did on the first day of office.
Crist took his Choose Freedom bus tour to Orlando, where he talked about women's rights, which has been a major push throughout his campaign.
We got to take back our Florida. Yes. This is a free to choose tour that we're on. because women have the right to choose and make their own decisions about their own body, and we'll make the law of the land that in Florida after this election.
Both candidates believe democracy is on the line in the election are hitting areas with low early voting numbers to push people to get their voices heard. Both candidates are making campaign stops on the Treasure Coast and in South Florida. The governor's Don't Tread on Florida tour will make a stop tomorrow at Tradition Town Hall in Port St. Lucie, while Chris Choose Freedom bus tour will make stops in Wilton Manors and Miami.
And Senator Marco Rubio and Val Demings are also making their final campaign push. Senator Rubio was at the same event as the governor in Central Florida. He also blasted the Biden administration about the migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard, saying they just invited cameras for publicity.
So they love this. They love to show the do-gooders and how kind and compassionate they are. And the cameras film everything. And look how we're taking care of them. We're giving toys to the kids that are here and all this. Okay. And then the cameras leave.
Now, Demings made a stop in Coral Springs at a community center calling for passage of common sense gun control laws, calling out Senator Rubio for not supporting them after the Parkland shooting.
Survivors deserve better, and Florida deserves better than that. Legislation that was passed, you've heard the senator talk about, in 3 decades, the Safer Communities Act. Marco Rubio was nowhere to be found in terms of supporting that legislation. But Senator Murphy, thank you for getting it done and driving it home.
Again, Senator Rubio will be in Miami this weekend, while Demings make stops in Pompano Beach and Wilton Manors tomorrow.
And tomorrow is your last day to vote early in some of our local counties. It's a good option to get it done if you know you can't make it on Election Day. Remember, you do not have to go to an assigned polling location to vote early. You can go to any polling location that's available, making it more convenient for you. Early voting ends in Martin, Indian River, and Okeechobee counties tomorrow. You are looking at the times. You can stop by to vote. If you live in Palm Beach and St. Lucie counties, you have until Sunday. We have information on the exact locations on where to vote on the newscast link section of our website. Just head to CBS12.com.
It's 6:12 now, and Twitter's new owner is cleaning house. Next, we'll tell you how Elon Musk may be holding back from giving out blue checks, but he's got plenty of pink slips to go around.
And an international sporting event making its way to the United States for the first time ever and landing right here in Palm Beach County. The economic boost it could bring with thousands of people in our area this weekend.
And you know, Sam, CBS 12 is your home for NFL this Sunday. Do not miss the Dolphins on the road in Chicago at 1 o'clock. And then the Rams take on Tom Brady and the Bucs at 4:25. You can watch all the highlights with John Evanson on Finn's Fever Final during CBS 12 News at 11.